patriarchy is the cause for climate change. It is the men in this world that
the male ego is
it's men who have driven climate change, and they are entirely and totally responsible for the chaos that has been unleashed on our world today, and the misery that people are experiencing everywhere.
Dia Mirza is 100% right here. Let me tell you why. Patriarchy is responsible for climate change because patriarchy is one of the biggest organizing logics of the world that produced the climate crisis. That is a world built through male-dominated property, through colonial conquest, through fossil capitalism. Underneath lies a violent fantasy that nature exists to be conquered, to be mined, to convert it into profit. That is because climate change emerged from the conditions produced by capitalism, a historical system that separated profit from care, economy from ecology, man from nature, then treated one side as superior, worthy of power, while treating the other as passive, constantly feminized, available for exploitation. In Carolyn Merchant's The Death of Nature, she talks about how modern science and capitalist modernity transformed nature from a living organism into a dead machine. And once nature was imagined as inert, as passive, as feminine, it became much easier to master it, to exploit it. The constant feminization of nature and the naturalization of women were ideological technologies that made domination feel natural to patriarchal capitalism. This is why climate change is also a crisis of reproductive labor. Women are made closer to ecological crisis because patriarchy and capitalism assign them work of sustaining life while denying them land, while denying them political authority and decision-making power. In Beena Agarwal's concept of feminist environmentalism, she warns us against romanticizing women as natural guardians of nature, reminding us that women's relationship with forest, with soil is shaped by caste, class, property, labor. So when water in the land dries up, women and girls often walk further. When food becomes scarce, women often eat last. When heat rises, women continue care work. They continue the farm work, domestic, informal work, under much harsher conditions. When disasters happen, women face intensified unpaid care, increased violence, lost livelihood, interrupted healthcare, and greater household burden. Climate denial often travels through misogyny and racism, through authoritarianism, through a nostalgia for a lost masculine order. Silvia Federici reminds us that reproduction precedes production, because before there can be a worker, there must be food, water, birth, cleaning, shelter, affection and community. And capitalism hides this dependence because it refuses to pay or respect or protect the labor that sustains lives. The same system that treats women's care work as endlessly available also treats the Earth's regenerative capacities as endlessly available. When someone says humans caused climate change, that is too vague, you see. The poor did not cause it equally, women did not cause it equally, Adivasi communities, Dalit communities did not cause it equally, subsistence farmers did not cause it equally, global south did not cause it equally. The crisis was driven by fossil capital, through colonial extraction, through industrial militarism, through corporate power, through imperial development, and through masculinist fantasies of endless growth.